Now, without wasting much of your time, I'm going to jump right into what the content for today is. So in the past few weeks, I've been getting so many questions regarding how to create a UK CV or a standard UK CV or a nursing CV for UK applications. So I decided to answer the most important questions you guys have been asking me and do this content. Hello again, my lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. If you're seeing my face for the first time, then it means that you're new here. Welcome. Thank you for clicking on this video. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much, guys, for your continuous love and support. I really appreciate you guys. I know that most of you have also been reaching out to me through emails. I have not been ignoring you, just to put this out there, but I have been terribly busy with work and I'm making out time to reply everyone as much as possible, as much as I can reply, because I've been getting loads of emails recently. Now, to jump right into it, a good CV depends on the kind of templates that you choose. So you have to make sure that you're using the right template for your CV. A good CV also depends on how your CV format showcases your skills, your experience, and achievements. What this basically means is that when you're creating your CV, you should make sure that there is a balance between how you're showcasing your skills, how you're showcasing your experiences, and how you're showcasing your achievement. One should not be greater than the other should not be lesser than the other. You should be able to create an equilibrium between the three of them so that your employer sees exactly what they're looking for through your CV. Now, I'm going to be talking to you about some accepted norms when you're formatting your CV. So when you're trying to format your CV, these are the things that you should look out for. Now, the most important is that you should be going for a professional font. Your CV is not the time to showcase that, oh, you are a designer. You should make sure that you're using professional fonts such as Times New Roman, Calibri, Arial. The second thing to look out for is that your font size should be between 11 to 12, depending on the font pattern that you chose. So if you're going for Times New Roman, or you're going for Calibri, or you're going for Arial, you have to choose between 11 to 12, because you know that sometimes the fonts of Times New Roman might be different or bigger than the font of Arial or Calibri. The next is that your headings should be 4 to 6 sizes larger than your chosen font. So if you're using Times New Roman and say you're using a font size of 12, you have to make sure that your headings are 4 to 6 sizes larger, not 4 to 6 times larger, but 4 to 6 sizes larger. So if you're using a font size of 11 and you want to do a heading maybe where your name comes in, you know, your name has to be like very bold, it could be like a font size of 17 or 19. Another thing you have to notice is that it's not a must for you to put your picture or your photo on your CV when it comes to a UK CV format. Nobody's really interested in your photo there. If you want to put it, it's optional, but just know that it's not a must that you put your picture or your photo there, because some people ask, is it a must to put my picture on my CV? Does it give any kind of difference or preferential treatment? It doesn't. It's just a thing of choice. If you want to put it, fine. If you don't want to put it, that's okay. Another thing is that your CV should not be longer than 2 pages. I don't know what some people write. Some people have like 6 pages of CV. I know it used to be like that a very long time ago, but please, these people are very busy people. They're employers. They have a lot of things that they're doing. Aside from recruiting, they have administration work that they do at their various workplaces. So they don't have the time to sit down and be reading your CV of 6 pages. So it's not really, most times it's not really about the quantity, but it's about the quality, right? So you should be going for quality than quantity. With 2 pages, you can put in every detail that you need to put in to entice your employer. So please take note of that. Last thing I'm going to talk about in terms of CV formatting is that you should always make sure that you have your CV ready on your phone in a PDF format. It's always good to have that in a PDF format because it's very easy to send out. And if you're even applying for jobs, you should always send out your CV in a PDF format, except it is requested in a Word file. Some people that tell you your CV should be sent in a Word file. So when they do that, you send your CV in a Word file, but always have it saved on your phone as PDF format. I'm going to give you guys 3 apps or 4 apps that I used when I was doing my own relocation process. These apps were very beneficial to me. Now, number 1 app is Cam Scanner. I don't know how many people are using Cam Scanner at the moment. I have no affiliation with these apps I'm mentioning. They were just really helpful to me and I felt like I should share them. If you don't have Cam Scanner, you should get that app. both Android users, both iPhone users can use the app. It's very, very beneficial to me. That's what I use to scan all my documents. And the way it works is that once you are signed in, even if you change your phone, as long as you remember your login details, that's your email and stuff, you can even recover your password once you have your email that you used to register with, or your number, your phone number or your email works either ways. Once you do that, you can always recover your documents. I've changed my phone and I thought I'd lost my documents, but as I remembered my phone number that I used and immediately got all my documents back several times now. So yes, that's a very, very golden app to have. The second one I use, which I discovered when I had to start filling my documents, was this Adobe Fill and Sign. That app is golden. So when you have to start printing out your documents, maybe when you've gotten a job, to fill them and even sign, that app is golden. You don't need to print out any documents. You just need to transfer the documents into the app and you can sign your documents from there. Now, the third one, of course, is the Microsoft Word app. You're supposed to have this, or Microsoft Office in general. You're supposed to have the app on your phone. So in case you need to type out something, it could be your cover letter, it could be your CV, anything, you have it ready on your phone. Or you need to convert your CV from a PDF file to a Word file. It's always handy to have that app on your phone. Now, the next app is WPS. I don't know how many people know this WPS app. I'm going to put what the logo looks like here. Very wonderful app. This app has a lot of functions that me myself I've not even exhausted, but I know that it's very easy to convert from Word file to PDF, from PDF to Word file, and does a lot of things honestly that I don't even know about. But use that app and you will not regret it. So these are the 4 apps that I've listed that were very, very beneficial to me. And if you're trying to relocate, these apps you should have very handy because they help you get all your documents together, and it just makes life easy for you when you are applying for jobs. I'll be sharing some tips that UK people should know about, although you might not consider this first one I'm going to say as very important, but some people have said it was really helpful to them. So when you are trying to make your CV, look for a format that your future employer is used to reading. What does this mean? So if you go through your employer's website or you check their emails, what kind of fonts are they using to send you emails? What kind of fonts do they use on their branded materials? Use that same font when you're making your CV to them. It's like being used to reading a particular thing in this format, and then I'm seeing a CV coming to me in that same format. It's easier. There's just something that your brain does. Okay, you're like, oh, this is what I'm used to reading, right? It doesn't make any sense, but trust me, people have said that it works. It's a tip. That's why I said it's a tip. You don't have to take it. It's not a do or die. It's not like if you don't do it, you won't get the job. The second tip I'm going to give is that clean formatting and absence of grammatical errors is one of the first things that your employer looks for when they scan your CV. Now, I've seen so many CVs that people send to me and I could spot out grammatical errors in them. I just told you about formatting your CV. If you didn't catch it, you can always rewind this video and go back to listen to the things I mentioned when it talks about formatting your CV, where I said your heading should be 4 to 6 sizes larger, blah blah blah. So you can always go back there and get the format. So if you have that clean formatting, you should also make sure that your CV is void of grammatical errors. So people would not know when to cross their I's and dot their T's in their CVs. Some people would, you will see grammatical errors. When you're supposed to use A, they use an. When they're supposed to use D, they will use, something else. So make sure you read through your CV. Honestly, I have seen CVs that had loads of grammatical errors in them. What are you trying to showcase to your employer? That you cannot express yourself in English properly, or you don't know how to organize yourself properly. So it's not a good impression for your future employer. So make sure you scan through, you reread your CV over and over again. You have people that you can say, okay, read through for me, spot out any grammatical errors that I should correct in this CV. So make sure you are dedicated and serious about this thing. Another very important tip is to understand the value of white space. Understand the value of white space. Optimize the value of white space to text. This is just big grammar. What this simply means is that don't leave an unrelenting wall of text. Some people will just be putting their CV. There is no space, no breaks between the text that they are leaving. They just keep writing. It makes the whole thing very cumbersome and uneasy to read. And like I said, these people are very busy people. But it has time. Even me, myself, I don't have the time to start reading a lot of cumbersome things that are not even, there's no space. It makes it easy to read when there are breaks in between the things that you are listing out. So please, understand the value of white space. Let there be space in between your text. That's all it means. When it comes to UK CV format, custom sections such as volunteering, accomplishments are quite common in UK CV format. Now, if you've not had any volunteering experiences or any major accomplishments where you got an award for something, it's not a do or die. Like I said, it's not that you won't get the job, but it's usually common in UK CV format, and most employers just like to see that, okay, this person is more dedicated, this person is outgoing, this person is putting in much more effort to do great things. But it's not a major criteria, honestly. These are just, like I said, these are just tips that I'm giving, but you don't have to. The first one and this last one that I'm mentioning are not very important, but the other ones that I mentioned are quite important. So please, if you have accomplishments and you have achievements or awards you've won, or you have volunteering experiences, it's always good to find a custom section in your CV and put them in as well, just to sell yourself to your employer. Please guys, it's always important to know your employer and the job position that you're applying for. I've seen people that would get a job offer and they invite them for an interview, because we're talking about CV. It's not just about making CV. Now, you get the job offer, you don't even take out the time, even before you get the job offer, you don't even take out the time to know who you're applying to. It's always good to go, if you're applying for a job, yes, I know that it's similar roles and responsibilities. If you're going for a nursing role, it's similar job descriptions, but you have to make sure you read through the employer's website, read through their values, their beliefs, the job role in particular, and coin your CV in line with what they are looking for. I don't mean lie. Don't lie. You have to be honest as well. But at the same time, most of the things that they are asking you for are things that you know of, are things that you have done. So yes, if you're making your CV, always make sure you read through. Don't just say, okay, I'm applying to 50 jobs, so let me just push out the same CV the exact way. It might not always work for you that way, because when they are scanning through your CV, the things that they might be looking for are not things that another employer might be looking for. Might be similar, but not exactly. So obviously, treat in every job opportunity or every employer as an individualistic application. It impresses them when they know that, oh, this person made research about us, this person is interested in us, because that's what it shows them, that you're interested in the employer and the job in particular. I have attached a CV template, and we're going to be looking at the sections of a UK CV format. Now, the first thing your CV should have is a CV header. Next is a personal statement, that is a CV summary or your CV profile. The next will be your work experience or your employment history. The next will be your CV skills. The next will be your education and your references. Now let's look at the CV header. From the template that you guys are looking at the moment, your CV header should be majorly your contact information, and it should include your name, your contact email, your mobile number, and your mobile number should most likely include your country code. You should include your address, which is optional. Address is not really important. And if you've got a personal website, you might want to also include this in your CV header. Remember that I said that this CV header should be 4 to 6 sizes larger than your chosen font size. Things that you should not really, I would not really advise that you put in your CV header will be your date of birth or your family details. It's not important, or your state of origin, as some people put in their CVs. I've listed out the things that should be in your CV header, and those are the things that you should work towards putting there. Now, the next will be your personal statement. Now, what is your personal statement? Like I said earlier on, it's a CV summary or a CV profile. This is actually the part where you sell yourself to your employer. Recruiter should have a rapt attention and get to know the kind of person that you are in a few seconds with reading your personal statement. Writing the personal statement, remember when I said every job that you are looking for should be an individualistic approach that you're giving towards that application. If you're making a personal statement, you should make sure that your motivation matches up with the requirements of the role. Now let's look at the sample of the personal statement that I've attached to this video. Now it says, dedicated medical support assistant with 2 years of experience in home health care and nutrition for geriatric patients, looking to expand knowledge of the field by working with doctors and nurses who share a passion for quality care and elderly patients. Now, this is what a personal statement looks like. And honestly, if you create a personal statement like this, not saying you should copy what is written here, you can personalize yours depending on the role that you are going for, depending on what you're looking to achieve, what you're applying for. and coin out something from this personal statement. Your personal statement should be selling you out in few seconds to your employer. Your employer should be more interested in your CV once they read your personal statement. So that's what the personal statement does. Next thing you should be talking about is your work experience. You should always make sure to include the time you spent in each of these places, because most times the employers are looking to see how long you spent in each of your workplaces. They want to know if you're a reliable person. They want to know if there was a problem with your previous employment. If you spent a short time there, they want to know what happened during that period. If you had a gap year, they want to know what happened during that period and why you were not really doing anything at that time. Now, you spread out your experiences across your job roles. Now, if you've got 3 different employers that you've worked with previously, what I'm trying to say is don't make employment more cumbersome than the others, that you put much more roles in one and then put lesser roles in the other. No, spread out your experiences, spread out your roles between the employments that you've had. Your most recent role should be first. Your most recent employer should come first, and you should always make sure that in all those employment history that you're putting out, that you include your employer's name in all the roles that you are listing out. Always use bullet points. It makes it much more organized and much more easy to read. The next thing is that you focus only on those accomplishments that are relevant for the role. It's all about reading up on the job position that you're applying for, reading up on the employer and knowing exactly what they're looking for, because each role is independent of what they're looking for in particular. So you make sure that you are focusing your accomplishments on what is relevant to the role or the job that you're applying for. Let's look at education section. Now, I know that there are so many people that are just finishing up from universities, they are recent university graduates, or even students that are looking to get jobs as well. Now, your education section will be included above your work experience if you're in this category. Your education will offer an important indication of potential in an earlier career CV format. So your education will come before your experience section, because that's like the most recent thing that you have at the moment. And it just shows them that, okay, this is someone that is starting quite early and is going to boost your potential to get the job. So the first thing you want to put here is your university degree course or your diploma certificate course. And then the next can be your secondary school education. Please, I don't think including primary school is very important in this section. It's just the most relevant education experiences that you've had like in recent years. Your university education, secondary school education. If you went in between schools, could also include that, but all this primary and nursery school, nobody really cares about that. The next section will be your reference section. I am kind of in between with putting references, because I know when I was applying for mine, I did not add references to my CV, because these employers would always ask for your references or your referees when you get the job. Yeah, they will always ask you for about 2 references when you get the job. So most times it's not really a must to put references in your CV. I'm talking because I didn't put in mine, but you can always include your references if you have them handy already. So you can always put in someone from your previous workplace or your current workplace. They usually ask you for references from your places of work. And when you're putting this in, you have to put in the full name of the person, and then you have to also attach a functional email address. And most times they prefer you to put the work email address of the individual, not just any email. There are some people that will specifically ask you to put in a work email address of your referees. So if you have this handy, you can always attach this to your CV. Let's look at the CV skills section. This is another part where you sell yourself. This is another part where you show your employer the skills that you possess and why they should employ you. This is now another time to show them that, oh, these are the skills that I possess, because they are very keen on the kind of skills that you have here, because it always adds impact to your care, it always adds impact to the organization in general. So now we have what we call the hard skills and the soft skills. Now, what are the hard skills? Hard skills are teachable and measurable abilities. And some examples of these hard skills can be analytical skills, technical skills, computer skills, presentation skills, management skills, Microsoft Office skills. There are a lot of hard skills that you can include in your CV. As many hard skills as you have, put them in your CV. And like I said, always try to be honest, because if you put in skills that you cannot defend, then it becomes a problem. So as much as you're trying to make your CV enticing, you should as well be truthful. And if you're talking about putting skills, both hardcore skills and soft skills should just be between 5 to 6 in total. When you sum up the hard skills that you're putting in and the soft skills you're putting in, 5 to 6, just to make sure your CV is not so cumbersome. Now let's look at soft skills. Soft skills are traits that make you a good employee, and some of these examples are problem solving, communication, good communication skills, time management, critical thinking, teamwork, decision making, stress management, organization skills. You know, these are things that tell you, okay, you're telling your employer that, oh, I have problem solving skills, or I have good communication skills. Please bring out some hard skills and some soft skills and combine them under your CV skills section. And once you are done with this, guys, you are done with your UKCV. It's very, very simple. This video is this lengthy because I'm explaining along the line. But if you're making your own UKCV, it's very, 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 very simple and straightforward. I know it gives people a lot of problems, but it's honestly very simple. If you follow these things that I've listed, these formats that I've talked about, and the tips that I've given as well, trust me, you will start to entice your employers and you will start getting that dream job that you've always wanted to get. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have questions, as usual, please leave them in the comment section below, or send an email most times. If you want me to help you review anything, I'm not going to guarantee that I will have the time to do so, or I'm going to reply you promptly, because I have a lot on my plate as well. But if you want me to help you review anything, after you have used the format that I've given you, you have to work on your CV ahead. So if you want me to help you just look through it, when I get the time, just send an email to everythingwithnosande@gmail.com, and I will be happy to review it once I have the time to. And I would also make a cover letter sample video. So if you want to know when that video comes out, because people have also asked me, oh, how do I make a good cover letter alongside a good CV? So I've given you a CV template, and I will bring out good cover letter template as well. So if you want to know when I put up that video, do well to subscribe to this channel and turn on the post notification so that you are alerted when I put up that video, so you can view it as well. Also, like this video, share it to your friends, your family, your relatives, you know, whoever. If this video does not apply to you, I always say it, you have friends and family members that could benefit from this video as well, so please do well to share it to them. And until my next video, guys, I'll see you soon. Stay safe. Mwah.
Will you keep quiet? It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.